Now it's recording. And all that education that I just spouted is lost to the ether. Bye! For those of you just joining me, we just had a nice almost 8-minute talk about the German language and English and edutainment. Well, you can watch this on Twitch, but if you watch it on YouTube, apparently I didn't record that, and so I'm not going to be putting it on YouTube. You just have to watch it on Twitch or be here while I'm streaming. Anyway, so today we're just going to talk about Gabriel Knight, just to wrap up, kind of go over it, give some thoughts, and then there's a few side things here in the menu. We're going to go through. There's a graphic novel. There's the Shop League Archives. And we'll look through those, and then we're going to talk about the game I'll start next time, which won't be for 2 weeks. I'm going on a cruise. I'm going on vacation. If you know Rhett and Link, that's a song of theirs. Of course, I don't work at an ice cream sandwich shop or ice cream sandwich factory. I do something a little more prominent. I'm not going to talk about what I do here because I don't want to get flagged. And if I told you, I'd have to just say I told you. I couldn't do nothing about it. I couldn't kill you because I don't have a license to kill. So, darn it. I've applied 3 times. And I've applied for a license to kill. And each time I get a letter back going, "What the hell are you talking about? Leave us alone. You're crazy. We're tapping your phones." So, I don't know what that's all about. I'm like, please, you probably had my phones tapped already. Like that threat scares me. I can go on a tangent if you let me. But nobody's chatting, so I have to go on tangents. Talk. Okay, now. Anyway, let's do this. Alright, let's go. Tell it on the mountain, over the hill and way. Okay. So let's look at this graphic novel. Note, this graphic novel is a prequel to The Sins of the Father's story. You may read it any time, but it's recommended to wait until day 6 to avoid any potential storyline spoilers in the game. Nice! Well, we finished day 10, so I think we're okay. Oh man, I don't like this. You gotta scroll up and down? Okay, that's actually kind of annoying. Village elders gather at the site of a brutal, ritualistic murder. "What sayest thou, Mayor Crodwell?" "Not again! This is the 6th! All eyes turn to a short, square man. "I say, devils from hell are among us. 'Tis worse than the trouble they had up north. Mother of God, protect us!" Should I do the voices? Well, I'm going to do the voices and y'all tell me to stop. Okay. The grim vigil is broken by the sound of a horseman's galloping approach. An oddly dressed stranger dismounts. Ooh, creepy. "Thou art the witch hunter?" "Ja, Ritter, as thou requested." I don't know why I'm giving him that voice. "And paid well for. I am Mayor Crodwell, and these good brothers are from the Charleston Council. I trust thy journey over the seas was uneventful?" "I was well protected." "So shall we be, now thou that thou art with us." Obviously, this is in German. We're just saying it. I'm actually speaking German, but you're just hearing English. Because I'm awesome like that. The witch hunter rejects further formalities, turning instead to the gory scene spread out before him. 'Tis the work of witches, if not the devil himself. Or herself, if you want to be politically correct, right? "I must make that determination, Herr Crodwell." I don't know why I'm giving that voice. I just have to. Well. When the witch hunter finally answers, his voice is grim. "Ja, it is witchcraft." "There can be no doubt. The witch hunter will find the guilty one." "Thank Jehovah!" Alright. Great, we got Jehovah's Witnesses, huh? In Germany? I wonder if they're actually in other places. Does anybody know? Is Jehovah's Witnesses anywhere else or just America? I'm actually curious about that. The sound of a delicate footfall quiets the angry men. Into their midst comes one who shines like copper in the bright moonlit night. Ooh. Eliza, what? Why art thou here? A letter for the witch hunter, master. Give it to me, child. As their eyes meet, something passes between the witch hunter and the slave. Something like recognition. Dear father, I received thy missive. I know thou art angry, but my journey was not in vain. The colonists here have stumbled upon a true evil. Magic, dark and old. It is unlike anything I have seen on the continent. Please write me more about thy work in Saint Dominique. There is a pattern around the bodies that recalls thy stories of those killings. I shall begin to question the local slaves. Do not fear, the talisman will protect me. I will do my best to fill thy shoes as Schottenjäger, beloved father. As thou hast oft told me, we must prepare to sacrifice all. Your son, Gunther. Wait, if he has the talisman... At the end of a scorching summer day spent investigating, Gunther Ritter finds himself at the slave quarters of Mayor Crodwell. The sight of a familiar figure is a welcome release. Mistress Eliza, might I trouble thee? It is very hot in the colony. Wouldst thou have some water? It is not my colony. Come inside before you fall down. So, you are the famous witch hunter. That is why I'm here. Why do you do that? Hunt witches. There are things... Wait. There are things that should not be. Ha! Yes, witch hunter. There are many things which should not be. Tell me about thyself, Eliza. Somebody's in. I'm giving the Schottenjäger hunter a very, very weird German voice for some reason, and I can't stop myself. The woman stares at her questioner, unable to fathom his interest, but when his face remains sincere, she finds herself speaking. The bitterness in her voice surprises her. What is there to tell? My real name is Tetelo. Bum, bum, bum! Those of you who just played the game, that was her. That was the big bad boss. The BBG. BBEG, whatever. My people were strong and beautiful. My father led them to prosperity. Until few survived the slavers. I was taken to the West Indies later, when my first master died. I was bought by Crodwell. He brought me here. He is good to thee? He is good to thee? Good. Are you mad, witch hunter? The door burst open, breaking the moment. Eliza, my pretty one. Herr Ritter, I did not expect to find thee still about. It is long past sunset. Gunther finds himself strangely embarrassed. I was just leaving. Good night, Mayor. The next day, Gunther follows a lead to the Crow's Nest, a seaman's tavern. So the victims have all been seamen? That's what I said. Men around here get awful jumpy. Last man what went down's a cotton. From the Merchant's Pride? I can't keep it up. I'm just going to read. The voices, I keep screwing up who's talking, so... I hope you enjoyed what I did so far. Nay, it had been a slaver, but gave it up, you know. That's hard to do without an accent, honestly. Too much blood in it for him. Some are squeamish about such things. There you go. As he heads through town, Gunther sees a distant flash of skirt and hurries to catch up. Mistress Titelo, good day. Might I aid thee with those packages? Don't call me that. Eliza's my name. Do you want to get us both in trouble? I am a slave. I am sorry, Eliza. There are no slaves where I come from. I am not familiar with the proper procedure. Forgive me. We are not in your homeland, nor mine. If you owned me, I would have to accept your attentions. Since you do not, leave me alone. Oh, I see where this is going. Was? Tetelo. Yes, I want you to tell me about it. About what? Your homeland? Yeah, certainly. Please, take a seat. Gunther finds himself telling the beautiful slave about his father, about their family role of Schottenjäger, shadow hunter, destroyers of evil, about the talisman that goes with the title. Yes, I can feel the totem's power, and yours. I am tormented by thoughts of thee, Tetelo. I want such things. A white man would not understand. It is called Zinski, the unbidden. When a man and woman are brought together by the universe, they have no choice. There is always a reason. A child must be born, a village saved. To fight, it is a living death. Yes, I can see that. You would not have come to me. I did not want to be like the others. Good. It is better that I choose for myself. You understand? Yes. Later. This will be very challenging. I hope the universe knows what it is doing. So, my love, do I. Witch hunter! Thou hast been in Charleston for 6 weeks. I want this witch caught. Several weeks later in the office of Mayor Crogwell, my bad. There is progress. The patterns, the rituals, my father has encountered it before. The magic is African. African? African? Art thou saying our slaves are responsible? I shall kill every... Ooh, whoa. Okay, yeah, that's a little intense. Remember, this is from 1994. Be calm. A massacre is not the answer. I am sure there are no more than 5 or 6 involved. These covens work in secret. Art thou sure this is not simply an excuse for spending so much time in my slave quarters? It had better be so. The example we make of this coven shall never be forgotten. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, give me one. The words now spoken hang between the two men. No, give me one more night. I have set a trap. By tomorrow thou wilt have thy witch. There you go. Now it's better be so. And then thou, Erita, can go home. Okay, so we're getting a little insight into Gunther Ritter, which is the grandfather of the character in the game we just finished, Gabriel Knight. So if you've been paying attention, this is Gunther, I believe. Yeah, this is his grandfather. Yes, that same night. Oh, the she is a terrible mistress. Somebody's drunk. Where are my men? Where are my... Crack! Well, somebody just killed him. He fights the darkness to the throbbing of drums. The witch hunter thought of the perfect trap, and into it had fallen the one person he had least expected. Himself. Woo! When consciousness returns, he finds it stranger than any dream. Dambala Udo U Kaleva. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be reading these things. I don't want to accidentally summon a demon, right? So let's not read that stuff. Ogon Badagri. Okay, we remember that word. Yeah, Badagri. Okay. Cool visuals, though. That's Tetelo in her nice leopard, tiger, some kind of cat outfit. That's pretty cool. Dambala, our great serpent god, come and aid your people. Uh-oh, he's got the talisman. Ogon Badagri. Vengeance is taken. Power recalled. Blood for blood as your thirsty jaws demand. Boop. Next. As the dagger plunges toward him, Gunther calls on his master. Mein Gott! The talisman crackles with energy. Gasp. And suddenly, the witch sees the man beneath her. Okay? The lovers stare at each other in horror. Gunther! No, it cannot be thee! Before the two can recover, Gunther's men make their belated attack. God take thee, witches! The men of the coven fight bravely, but surprise and numbers take their toll. A trap! They will kill thee. Go now. Run, Tetelo! Yep, love. In a horrified daze, Gunther watches his men capture the coven. Then, without a word, he slips away to confront the witch herself. I know you do not understand. I beg you, hear me speak. I am waiting. My father was not just a chief. He was a black Bokor, shaman to the dark gods that gave our tribe power. There came a terrible drought. Nothing my father did appeased the gods. After many died, Ogon Badagri finally answered. He named the price of rain. Me. Okay. My father thought he could trick Ogun Badagri. He transferred my soul temporarily into the body of another girl, and then he killed her. But Ogun Badagri was not fooled. Angry at my father's betrayal, Ogun sent the white men. Our people fought hard and were slaughtered. Everyone still living was taken. Many more died on the voyage. Oof. But why kill these men now? What good can it do? Ogun is willing to forgive, but to regain power, our captors must die. Our humiliation must be revenged. I cannot let thee continue. I cannot forget. Of course you cannot. I have been living for the past, but since you came, I have seen other paths for me, together, you and I. Ha! Thou knew it was thee. I sought all this time, and thou let me love thee? Let you? I had no choice. How do you think I felt? In love with my own hunter? This was destined. You and I must make a new way together. No! I do not know. I must go think. Gunta! Do not betray me. So I guess he's going to betray her. I mean, she claims that in the game we just played. So. Mayor Crodwell! All were captured but the leader, a female. The witch hunter must still be on her trail. God has delivered this murderous coven of Satan unto us, so he will, the witch. Yes, but who brought this witch among us? Thou, slave, speak thou her name. Thou speakest not, and yet thy face is familiar. Looking into the coven member's bloody, copper-colored face, a horrible realization comes to Crodwell. I know where to find her, and the witch hunter. Follow me! Meanwhile, alone in her cabin, Tetelo prepares a ritual circle, her tribe's Veve, and enters the spirit world. Father, I call you. Come speak with your daughter. Cool. Father, I have come to ask you. Please release me from my duty to the tribe. Okay, we've been reading this for a while. This is still pretty cool. Oh, it should be about done. You would betray your own people? You did. For love. Your life's only purpose is to pay for that mistake, not repeat it. Perhaps it is better to let the tribe go. This is a new land. There will be a new people here. There is a way outside the dark gods. These white men will never give you anything unless you use the power. You must destroy this man that tempts you. His kind will only despise you in the end. No, I don't believe that. Daughter, I command you! With a quick motion, the Veve is smeared. The contact is broken. No! Oh, Papa! In a clearing nearby, Gunter wrestles with demons of his own. God, give me an answer. The answer is not one he expected. Hiss! His revulsion and fear are instant. His dagger is in the air before he's conscious of the decision to throw it. Thunk, or sees clearly its destination. Thud. No! Brother Ritta, finally I find thee. They have found the witch. She was taken to the town square. They found who? Crodwell's slave woman, Eliza. She must have thought the devil would protect her, for she was still in her cabin. Never even tried to escape. Wait, I came to warn thee. Brother Ritta! Gunter reaches the town square where the soft glow of firelight fills him with terror. Crodwell, stop! What is it, witch hunter? Or should I say witch lover? What dost thou imply? I ask for a fair trial. That is all. This is murder. Oh, and what is it called when town money is spent for a witch hunter and he protects the witch, lays with her in utter blasphemy? Perhaps the good town folk would be interested in hearing this story. The crowd quiets and turns toward the two men, sensing confrontation. Aye, but this... Well, are you still under the power of her seductive ways? No, I merely wish to question the witch, but if thou wishes to burn her secrets with her, then do so, and quickly. Gunter! The witch hunter pushes his way with pretended coldness to the edge of the angry crowd, but cannot make himself go further. Gunter! He watches, transfixed, as the flames grow higher. The Tetelo, abandoned once more, begs her old gods for vengeance. Dambala Ogambadagri, hear your wicked daughter. I call upon you to revenge your people, destroy this town and all within it. Dambala, great serpent, strike. But the only reply is the taunts of the hate-filled mob. Speak which speak, ha ha ha, thy devils cannot save thee. Burn, devil whore. Aye! Her agony and humiliation was twisting Gunter's mind. She, the martyr. The crowd, the howling demons. It cannot go on. No! Tetelo, I empower thee! God forgive me! Okay. The power of Talisman and the power of Titelo's dark gods conjoin in a terrible synergy. The heavens boil over, bleed electricity, and hurls their destruction with deadly accuracy. At the saints and sinners in the square below. Now, my brothers. Tetelo's handful, freed from their bonds, attack. They are joined by Charleston's other slaves, the old gods fanning a spark they had forgotten was there. Dumbala. A hate they had swallowed for too long. Mercy had been left in the fields of Africa and the holds of stinking slave ships, and it is Charleston that will pay this night. Gunter sits in the eye of the storm, while some part of his brain hears the sounds of the massacre. His eyes refuse to acknowledge it. He stares at the talisman in his hands as though focusing on a light, until even the light is polluted, and he can no longer deny. Look at me! He will not. He cannot. Look at me. You betrayed me. I saved thee. Your guilt saved me in this. But you betrayed me. I could have loved you. I would have left everything. What have I done? You have made my father's daughter. Goodbye, witch hunter. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. So that gives us some insight. Tetelo and Gunter, he basically didn't put love ahead of his thoughts when she was willing to stop being the witch. And then he leaves. He has his son comes to America, they have Gabriel, and then of course Tetelo's the main bad guy in the game, and we know all that. We watched as we played the game. Cool! So that's a little bit more. Let's see what this Schottenjäger archives are. Oh, okay. Pretty cool. Okay, this is just old sketches and shots. The perspective drawing class in college paid off. Yeah, because that was a cool scene every day. Well, most of the days. Okay, Gabriel's bedroom. There were no Google searches back then. And book reference was limited. Drawings like this were done from the artist's own mental library of imagery. Yeah. So, yeah, this is just notes that the creator did when he was making the game. You see how different this is compared to the game we just did? The game we just played. It looks so much grainier and all that, because that was before they did the remaster. See, this versus this. 1993 version over the 20th anniversary. Yeah. Oh, interview with Jane Jensen, creator and designer of Gabriel Knight. Let's see if this actually works.
So how long have you been working on Gabriel Knight? When did you come up with the original concept for the character and the story?
Can y'all hear that?
It was after King's Quest VI, which I co-designed with Roberta Williams. And
hey, she co-designed King's Quest VI. That's the next game we're playing. I did not know that. So this was made right after she did King's Quest VI. So that's kind of cool. I like that.
I guess that was about 1992.
Mm-hmm.
After that project was done, I was asked to come up with a proposal for my own adventure game series, and had maybe a month to really try to work on that. So the Gabriel Knight concept was born during that time, and I knew I wanted to do something that was a mystery series, and I know.
I'm just going to skip past that. That's pretty cool. Gunter, there's Gunter. Straight from imagination. Cool. The original sketch. Okay. Oh, there we go. The 93 version. 20th anniversary. You see how much cleaner and prettier that is? Sorry, I heard something. I heard some yelling. I think it's okay. There's Grace, original sketch, cool. Gabriel Nightmares. Okay, so there's a lot of cool stuff in here. We're not going to go through it all, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. We had a lot of fun doing that. We did over the course of, 8 videos, yes. Because we did a day, and then we did the last 3 in one day. So 8 videos, 8 chapters. All right, well, let's get out of here. And we're going to go to King's Quest VI. we're going to open it up so y'all can kind of see what's going on. Play. There it is. Let's see. I'm going through a different... Is it going to... Am I going to have to reset up since it's actually through a different program? Because I played Gabriel Knight on stream. I'm playing this on... Whoa! That's loud. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. I'm going to have to add another source. Let's do game capture. Add a new source. It looks like it's called GOG Galaxy. Anybody in the, if you're here and you know how to do this, oh, I don't like this. When I'm in this, okay, we're going to have to figure something out. So we're not going to look into this today, unfortunately. I'm going to have to figure this out. Because the way this one works... the way this one works, once I'm in the game, I can't interact with anything else, like on my other screen, my chat, and all that good stuff. So I'm probably going to have to work with that and figure it out, and then we'll just do that anyway. But let's just talk about it. Since the voting for what I'm going to play next was tied between King's Quest VI and Gabriel Knight Part 2. Well, I decided, unless just a lot of people wanted Gabriel Knight, I put it as an option, but I wasn't going to do it because we want to take a break between Gabriel Knights. So we're going to go back and do King's Quest VI. Now, the reason we're doing Part 6, you know what? I need to make this, you're not seeing me the whole thing here. There we go. So I'm going to do Part 6. The reason I'm doing Part 6 is because, honestly, 1 through 5 is... I'm not going to say they're bad, but they are very old, and it's hard to describe. I don't think they're going to be... they would be very fun or entertaining in respect. I don't know. It's hard to tell you exactly where my mind's at, but basically I just think, all things considered, 6 is just the best to start. We'll do King's Quest VI. Then maybe down the road, after we've gone through a few other games, maybe we might come back and revisit the original King's Quests 1 through 5, because 6 is where it stepped up and really evolved from what it was before. It's the same way with Zork. Like, Return to Zork was an option on my poll. And the reason I didn't go before that, there's 4 of them before Return to Zork. They're all text-based. Zork 1, 2, 3, and 0. But it's all text. So Return to Zork is the first one that had graphics. Then after that is Zork Nemesis, and then Zork Grand Inquisitor. King's Quest had King's Quest 6, King's Quest 7, and then there's an 8th, but I never played it, but from the way I understand, it's not really a King's Quest game, and that it's not part of the original 7, because all the original 7 have a storyline that they follow. They are all of the same concept and sequels to each other, but 8, from what I understand, just uses the name and has nothing to do with the first 7. So if we decide to do 8, and it's not even 8, it's called something else. It's called King's Quest, and then there's a subtitle. If I decide to do that, we'll just have to say... and then, of course, there's Return to Zork, Zork Nemesis, which I've never played, and then Zork Grand Inquisitor. So we'll do those 3 at some point. Then, of course, we'll go back and do Gabriel Knight 2 and 3. And there's other games. Lots of other games we could do. And I'll start doing some more research. Those are just the main ones that I remember. It'd be fun. The first CD-ROM game I ever got on my computer in the 90s was called Mad Dog McCree. And it uses FMV, full motion video, so it's got real actors. And it's a Western. And it's you do a lot of gunfighting, and it's point and click shooting with your mouse having to go really fast, so it's a lot of speed in targeting. And it's not in very... What's the word? It's not very intense role play or anything like that. There's not really a lot of puzzles. But if I can get a hold of a Mad Dog McCree, I'm sure I can find it somewhere. We'll play that just for the fun of it because of how actually way ahead of its time it was back in the 90s. It was one of the first. It had great audio. It actually had really good visuals for that time period. So... I'll try to see if I can find that one. And Phantasmagoria, that's another. There's Phantasmagoria 1 and 2. I've played 1. I've never finished 2. I started it, but I never finished it. So that'll be on the list. We've just got so much in the future going. All these 90s PC games, retro, are going to be awesome. So it'll be a lot of fun. Now, if you watched all my Gabriel Nights, if you watched the whole series as I played it, well, all the chapters... One thing I complained about with the 20th edition remaster, it looked great. But the fact that they redid the voices and we lost Tim Curry as Gabriel Knight did make me upset because the new guy, he's fine, but Tim Curry, come on. And if you don't know who Tim Curry is, we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a talk if you don't know who Tim Curry is. But you know what? That's probably irrelevant. Everybody knows Tim Curry, right? But yeah, so they of course replaced him. Even the lady that does the narration, they replaced her, and it just wasn't the same. And a few of the changes they made in the game were good. There's some like... What was I saying? They moved things around among the chapters and made things where you couldn't go to it until a certain chapter, or before you could go, you just would be told nobody's there. Like, I think there was a scene in there where you try to go to this lady's house and it just tells you nobody answers the door, you assume she's moved on. Well, in the original game, it would still take you there. You'd walk up, knock on the door, and it would just say nobody's there. So fixing that actually is good. So that was kind of good that they did that. Took away a lot of that. But moving things around was interesting because I went back and took a look at a walkthrough for the original version and then the 20th edition. And yeah, they absolutely moved things around. And they probably did that to make certain things make more sense. But it definitely messed up that one puzzle. And if you've been watching, you know what I'm talking about. There's no way you could have figured that puzzle out. Impossible. Without a photographic memory or just the forehand knowledge to think, this random thing I ran into, maybe I should write down how to spell this just in case I ever need it in the future. Because once you actually needed to spell that out, there was nowhere in the game you could find it. And if you didn't write it down from previous chapters, you were screwed. I had to literally get online and look it up because I couldn't think of it. I just couldn't do it. So I'm a little upset with that fix. But, all games have things like that where it's messed up. Anyway, so like I was saying, we just finished Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, 20th Anniversary Edition. It was great. I enjoyed going down memory lane. Hopefully... you saw that those kind of games, and those were the kind of games that existed in the mid-90s. That's what we had. We didn't have GTA stuff and Halo and that. We had Doom. We did have Doom. Before Doom, sorry. Wolfenstein 3D. That was before Doom. And Doom is just a reskinned Wolfenstein, honestly, if you ask me. But yeah, we'll do a lot of that. we'll keep going down the trail and just having a lot of fun. And like I said, we keep talking about stuff. You're going to learn something, and we're going to keep it short today because it's just a recap of Gabriel Knight. And I wanted to show a little bit about the 6, but it looks like I'm going to have to get that fixed and figure out how to show that through GOG. GOG Galaxy. If anybody knows how to do that through Streamlabs, how to get it, because for some reason I can't get it to quite link up, but I'll have to figure it out. Let me know down in the comments. But anyway, I think we're going to call it there. Short 45-minute video. But thank you for coming. Those of you who have been here, I've seen a few people coming in and out. I appreciate you. I know you're just staring at my ugly face right now. So here's the thing. So Sunday nights, I do my raid stream, which I will not be doing this Sunday night because I'll be on my vacation. And I won't be doing this PC Nostalgia night next Friday because I'll be on my vacation. So the next time you see me will be a Saturday, second Sunday from now, which would be July the 12th. I'll be back for raid. And we'll check up on me and see how I'm doing. And while I'm on this vacation, I'm going to be falling behind on that free-to-play account to see how fast we can get to 50, right? But it's okay. I hit 40, by the way, if you're keeping tabs. I hit 40 on it today. So not too much longer to 50. See how fast we can get there. And honestly, I'll have a week holdback. But anyway, love you guys. Keep joining me to learn and to be entertained. All right, have a great one. Bye-bye.